out as much as you can.
Yeah.
And the truck, he was driving.
Yeah. Most of the other ones have all turned, even like Zion-Ball and Normandy, they tried no smoking and they ended up with smoking. It's kind of,
So how do you want to get me
it's kind of sad. It's got high ceilings that good smoking you can play with. It's not too bad. But unfortunately, the cue ball's not one because of that little area they've got in there for cue ball. It's not smoking on the outside, but
you just gonna chat right to me?
Vegas, you can see out the window is not really smoke inside that. They got an air.
So I'm going to go and send
The biggest airport is that stuff where it's smoking right here.
See him ban it.
Yeah. Yeah, I played the match. I played the for 20 years. Did
you get it?
Yeah, it's got there.
The diamonds. I love them diamonds.
By the way, I enjoy coming in here.
Good.
But I grew up playing Brunswick, so I'm kind of partial to them. But I like diamonds.
Did you get me talking to you?
I think he's still playing with old rail.
Okay, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go over and ask the questions over the loudspeaker, and which is on the other side of the room. So you'll kind of see me across the way.
Because they were making short when they first came out, and then they changed.
And then he'll turn around and like talk to the player.
I've only played him twice. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they fixed it. They had.
All right, guys, we're going to get started with our stream and chat. Okay, Bob. Okay, if I can have your attention, we're going to get started with our first Google Plus chat, which we're streaming live on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So for anybody out there that wants to know, you can always go to Google Plus and look for Billiard Factory, and you'll be able to get online to our Google Plus page and look at upcoming events and see resubmissions of events like this live. So we have our first question coming in. So Ralph, to answer the question, this is a non-cheating question. Someone wants to know, how long do you practice for a contest?
For a contest? Oh, there's no specific,
and you got the camera right behind you.
Okay, there's no specific practice time in front of a contest unless I discover a special weakness, which normally is not the case because I practiced for so long in the latest years. So my usually practice is like going to run 200 or 300 balls a day. And if I do it in straight pool, I'm finished after 2 or 3 hours. And if I do it in 10 ball, then it takes maybe 4 hours. But it's just to keep me in stroke. And some specific drills only came up or when I have a specific weakness discovered. So that's it. Is it okay like this?
I think that's good.
Okay.
Maybe we'll take a question from somebody here locally while we wait for the next question to come through. Who has a question? Jay, didn't you have a question? Yeah, the long run in the straight pool tournament. So Jay's question is for Ralph, who
my high
participated in the straight pool contest in New York in August, came in third. Jay's question wants to know what the longest run was.
The high run, my personal high run, you're asking for. Okay, this is 218, and this was in 2008, so not too long ago. And this year I made 240, so it's okay.
Did you miss the 15th ball?
I don't remember.
You didn't get mad?
No, if you break the 200, you won't get mad. If you miss the 200 shot, maybe you get mad.
Okay. Our next question from online was, what was the one event in your life that made you decide to take the path that you have in the pool and billiard industry?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. What event in your life made you decide to take the course that you took, and that is becoming a professional billiards player?
So he doesn't mean a specific event like tournament. It can be a happening.
Yeah, something maybe happened in your childhood that,
Okay.
that led you down that path.
Okay, there was a certain happening. It was when I started in 1982. I was going into a pool hall accidentally. It was newly opened just a week or two ago in my hometown, beside my hometown, Mannheim. The other city was called Ludwigshafen. And in this pool hall, the owner was an older Chinese guy. And I went in there. I liked it there a lot, and so I came in more often, and after a couple of weeks they found me every day playing with the plastic balls and trying to make those plastic balls in the pockets. And but then another guy, another regular guest from this pool hall came to the owner of the pool hall, which was Mr. Kim, the older Chinese guy. And he was telling him, sometimes you can really say if somebody is going to make it or not. For example, this young boy over there, and he was pointing at me, he doesn't have any talent at all, so he will never make it. And Mr. Kim just replied, talent? What is talent? I bet you, with this dedication and discipline the young guy shows, I can make a top player out of him. And this was the reason, this bet. I guess they bet for pretty precious wine. This bet was the reason why Mr. Kim was taking a special care of me and giving me some guidance. This is basically also the base story of my latest book, which is called Final Freedom. It's out in Germany. Everybody in Germany knows about it, so it will come out in English language as well next year, in January or February, pretty soon. So you can watch out for the Final Freedom, and it's all about the wisdoms he was telling me, not only the physical things, and because he studied mathematics and physics, so he knows a lot about this, but he was also raised from psychologically from Lao Tzu and Confucius. So he taught me a lot of things, how to keep my smile always, even bad things are happening, or poker face, or how to make the difference between having fun first class and second class, things like that. And that's what this latest book is all about. And I guess that's the happening you were asking for, don't you?
Perfect. Okay. All right, I got a lot of questions coming in online. So if somebody here has a question, and you see that we're coming to the end of a question here, before I read, raise your hand. If I see a hand raised, we'll ask a local question. If not, I'll continue on with the internet questions. So the next question notes that you were born and raised in Germany, and they want to know, does playing tournaments in Germany and or Europe different from playing in tournaments in the United States?
Yeah, they are different. The prize money is different, for example. In the beginning, in the earlier years, of course, they didn't have any prize money at all. They just played for trophies. Okay, so then they stopped having prize money tournaments. The tournaments in Germany and Europe, they are well organized, very well organized, but they don't have the kind of prize money the American pro tournaments usually have. They have decent prize money, but they don't have this little added money sometimes. Sometimes they only bring out the money the players bring in, only the entry fees. And but the player quality is very high in Germany, very high. So you have to compete very hard for every dollar you can get over there. But the quality of players very high, quality of the tournaments, how they are run and everything, especially Euro Tour, it's perfect. Very high class. But you do something right here in America, you know, you have very good prize money, added money, very professional, and I like the American scene and the American way of how tournaments are run over here.
Great. Mike has a question.
Yeah. Out of the list of accomplishments that we see that you have, which one of these is your favorite and most memorable, and why?
Let me repeat the question real quick just in case they can't hear it online. Mike wants to know, out of all of Ralph's accomplishments, which one makes him most proud?
Yeah.
and why?
I guess it's the winning the first international tournament. This was the Antalya Open 1999, which was quite late. I was already playing a lot of time, but I was spending a lot of time in Germany fighting the big names like Ralph Souquet, Oliver Ortmann, Thomas Eckert, and Thorsten. But then suddenly I won this international event in Antalya in Turkey, the Euro Tour event, which gave me the qualification for some world championships and which gave me enough points to keep the #1 spot in Europe as a 9-ball player 1 year later. So this was pretty memorable.
All right, the next question is something you're going to have to demonstrate. The question is, what is your favorite trick shot to perform?
My favorite trick shot.
So we want a performance.
I already performed a little trick shot show just a couple of minutes ago, so I have to repeat one. Okay. I do obviously like the easiest ones. I like the most, but of course sometimes, which I find pretty neat, and it's in the official program of the Autistic Pool program, and it's always fascinating. Still fascinates me is this one, right? Where you have to make all 3 balls in a fight. When I'm asking, where does the balls go? They're always thinking there, 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 there.